The other day I was walking to my dentist appointment when I was stopped dead in my tracks by this. It was a really spooky tunnel, like the spookiest tunnel I've ever seen. I'm not going in there. There's probably a troll in there who's gonna beat me up and steal my magic beans. And I'm not giving up my magic beans. I need those to pay the dentist. Well, one thing was for sure. The dentist was gonna have to wait, because my sword wasn't gonna help me get through there. That tunnel was for level 5s only, and I'm just a...
Hey, don't look at that! I need a new sword!
If video games have taught me anything, it's that the fastest way to level up your character is to level up your gear. And video games are just like real life, right? Oh, come on! I'm pressing A, move! I'm pressing B, get off the couch!
Now I needed to level up, and I needed to level up fast. But what was stronger than a really cool stick sword? Well, it was staring me right in the face. Wood.
What are you doing? You think wood grows on trees? Okay.
Well, okay, I had my supplies.
Now I gotta somehow turn this chunk of wood into a powerful sword.
And the best way to build a sword out of wood is to draw a picture of a sword on top of the wood, so then you can cut the sword out. And I wanted this sword to be big and scary and intimidating. You know, like the kind of sword that says, I want to speak to the manager. I need a sword that's gonna make that troll run for the hills. Now this sword definitely looked the part, but it was time to see if it was gonna play the part.
Level 1.
Level 1? Really?
Ugh, I should have known. A wooden sword? What am I, a noob? A wooden sword is what they give you in the beginning of a video game. Like, that's a training sword. Now, a stone sword, now that's a sword. That's an upgrade. That's level 5 material. But where am I gonna get stone in my house? That's it. Tile? Tile's basically stone, right? Oh yeah, this was gonna be great. This was gonna be perfect. This sword was gonna be so... Ugh, I should have known. Tile? What am I thinking? Tile's like the weakest stone ever. If I'm gonna build a real stone sword, I'm gonna need some really strong stone. Like, what's the strongest stone in the world? Probably like, what, like marble? It's gotta be. The Statue of David's made out of marble, and that dude's shredded. Well, there goes the last of my magic beans. Guess I'll be paying the dentist in other ways, like a credit card. Now, if this doesn't work, I don't know what will.
Now what we have here is a piece of marble countertop. Now, marble countertop's pretty strong, so it should be strong enough to make a sword.
Now, although this piece of marble was strong, it was a lot smaller than the piece of wood, so this design was gonna have to be a little more compact.
All right, we've got a pretty sweet looking sword shape now. Now we just gotta cut it out.
So I started cutting out the sword, and I have to be honest, I was really nervous I was gonna crack the marble. So I just kept thinking about David and how strong he is, which made me feel a lot better, but then I found out that the statue of David has cracked ankles. And here's the thing, I'm no Michelangelo. I'm more like Michelangelo. So the likelihood of me messing this up was pretty high, but despite my nervousness, it actually came out pretty good.
All right, now that I have my sword cut out, I just gotta... Hey, Jake, do you see my powdered donuts? It's not what it looks like. You look guilty as sin. What's your excuse? Making a sword out of marble? That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, what a very convenient alibi. Just fess up! I caught you red-handed. Or should I say, powdered sugar-handed. I had one! Ah! I had 3. All right, I gotta sharpen this thing.
So I started sharpening the blade using the angle grinder. Wow, my calf looks huge from this angle. But yeah, I started sharpening up the blade and I finished up the handle and it was done.
Behold, the marble sword. Ah! I'm just kidding. You can't get stone that sharp. But it is pretty sharp. It's about as sharp as I can get it. So, let's try it out.
The blade felt good and it handled well. It sliced through the air like a sword slices through the air. But would it be strong enough to slay a troll?
Level 5, let's go.
Level 2.
Come on!
What? You're level 2. Sorry.
What am I doing? I'm never gonna make it to the dentist at this rate. And what's stronger than a marble sword? Marbles are stones, and stones are just rocks. Nothing beats rock.
That's it. Paper! Paper always beats rock! If I can build a sword out of paper, that'll beat any stone sword.
Alright, no, this was dumb. This was dumb. I am gonna make a sword out of paper, though. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. It can't be done, it's impossible. That's exactly why I have to do it. That doesn't make any sense. Building a sword out of paper could be an absolute cheat code. That could get me to level 5, no problem. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. I think I figured it out. That's my roommate Soxus. That's not me in a costume. That's a different guy. Hey, I'm Soxus, I'm a different guy.
Yeah, he's a sock-based superhero, whatever that means. But check that out. You see that? That's a sword made out of socks that I built using
epoxy. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll fold up a bunch of paper into a big sword shape. And once I have my big paper sword, that's where the fun part starts. Epoxy resin. Now, this, I don't really know how to explain it, but believe it or not, this is a sock. And when you pour epoxy resin onto something, it makes it like this. So this is what we're gonna do with the sword.
So in order to pull this off, I was gonna need to fold like 100 pieces of paper, probably more, definitely more. I probably folded up close to 100 pages just trying to get the blade shape started. And I folded, and I folded, and I folded, and my fingers were starting to hurt really bad. I literally folded my fingers to the bone. Figuratively. I was so tired. I was so sweaty. I was mom's spaghetti. And as soon as I started to get a groove going, the worst thing ever happened. I ran out of paper. Now I know what you're thinking. Jake, just go get more paper. Here's the thing. I can't, because my town is suffering from a major paper shortage. There ain't no paper nowhere. It wasn't looking good. In fact, it was looking pretty bad.
Hey, hi, how you doing? Are you trying to build a sword out of paper so you can defeat a hypothetical troll and get to the dentist on time? Or going back to school?
Yeah, I'm one of those.
And are you having a difficult time getting paper due to the town's paper shortage? Well then come on down to Frank's Paper Store, the only place in town where you can still buy paper. No hassle, no receipts, no paper trail, just notebooks full of paper with the little lines in it. That's it. I'm selling these notebooks for the best price I can. It cost me the shirt off my back to get these notebooks. So come on down to Frank's Paper Store. We got it all! Located on the other side of town.
Okay, so a couple things. One, thank you to everyone who bought a copy of Soxus Origins. If you didn't get a copy, that's cool. We got the first 4 chapters for free still right here on the store. And also over on the